Watch this. No JavaScript, no animation library, not even a build step. That's pure CSS. Getting a cascade like that used to mean writing a loop in JavaScript, or reaching for a Sass function to do the math for you. CSS just shipped its own version of that. It's called @function. Let's build it. First, the HTML. Just a grid container, and 16 divs inside it. Each one gets a custom property, I, set right there in the style attribute. That number is its position in the cascade. Now we lay the boxes into a 4-column grid. Display :grid turns the container into a grid. Grid-template-columns. 4 columns, each exactly 70 pixels wide. Grid auto rows, 70 pixels. Every row it creates automatically is also 70 pixels tall, so the boxes stay square. Gap, 12 pixels, spacing between boxes, both directions. Every box starts invisible and slightly shrunk, then pops up to full size. Opacity, 0 on .item, hides every box before its animation starts, so nothing appears until it's actually its turn. Animation, pop-in 0.5 seconds. Forwards, plays the pop-in keyframes over half a second, and forwards keeps the end state instead of snapping back. Cubic Bezier, this is a bounce curve. It overshoots slightly past 100% size before settling. That little overshoot is what makes the pop feel springy instead of robotic. Inside it keyframes pop-in. It goes from 30% scale, shifted down 20 pixels and invisible, up to full scale, 0 offset, fully visible. Right now, though, every box plays this animation at the exact same time. No cascade yet. That's the next step. Before we touch the new feature, let's do the delay the way you could always do it, using calc directly on the index. var I reads that inline custom property we set in the HTML. This multiplies the index by 80 milliseconds. Box 1 waits 80 milliseconds. Box 2 waits 160 milliseconds. Box 3 waits 240 milliseconds, and so on. But notice, if you needed this exact formula in 5 different places in your style sheet, you'd be repeating the calculation 5 times. That's the actual problem @function solves, not the visual, the repetition. Now the new feature. We define a function once and reuse it anywhere. This declares a function named stagger. It takes one argument, which we've named I inside the function's own scope. Whatever value you set on result is what the function returns when it's called. Here, it's the exact same calculation from step 4, but now it lives in one place. Now we call it, instead of writing the math out again. Same visual result as step 4. But now if you ever want to change the stagger speed, say from 80 milliseconds to 120 milliseconds, you change it in one place, inside the function, and every single usage across your entire style sheet updates with it. That's the whole point. It's a mix-in, natively, in CSS. This is part of a full playlist breaking down every new CSS feature like this. Like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment. What would you stagger with this? See you next one.